Morning, everybody. How's it
Morning.
going?
This is my dad, by the way, who just wanted to say hi.
How's it going?
You
How you
always
doing?
run around wearing loser shirts?
Oh
or
my
what?
God, Dad. Go away. Go away.
I gotta eat crow sometimes.
Listen, we like our Canadian friends, okay? Let's not, let's
We gotta eat crow. We gotta eat.
you gotta
crow
eat crow, but
Correct.
we don't gotta overdo what? What do you want?
Go ahead.
Here's a place for the devils, by the way.
I know, right?
Well, I'm gonna eat crow in this episode too, because I got my
bro.
own to say.
Now you need more of Jack Hughes going back to the Devils now.
No, the devil season's over, Kyle. We'll talk about it later.
Sure. Yeah, we'll get into it. So obviously,
Hello, everybody. Good morning. Happy Monday.
Olympics, happy Monday. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everybody had a good time watching the Olympics this year. You know what's funny is I kind of watched less hockey because I was so interested in a lot of the other sports. I watched one at the very end here on Saturday. I've never seen it before, but it was so the big rink for speed skating, right? But it was the mass. There was probably
the mass one, right? With the women or men? Did you watch the women?
It was the women. It was the women.
Yes, yeah. I watched that too.
Sick. I was like, oh my God, because it's everybody was pacing themselves, right? And I don't get it where there was 4 sprints and you get points, but then at the end you still finish first, you're the winner. I don't really understand.
I don't understand that either.
I didn't get it, but I loved 20 people. At one point, so our Canadian fell at one point.
I saw that. Yeah,
she's gone. She's gone. All of a sudden, she gets up. She manages to catch up because everybody's pacing. Right. And then it's I think she finished 5th or something. But I'm to even get back into that. Normally, when you're small speed skating, you're done, right?
Yeah. I watched a lot of curling this year.
Oh my God, me too.
A ton. I even watched Canada USA women's triple, or is it double? I forgot the term.
I was in that. Yeah, I was watching.
Yeah, they were watching that. I watched the 2 Corys from the United States in the first tournament. I didn't realize.
Yeah, I was gonna say they should have made the playoffs. The men should have made the playoffs.
I disagree. I don't think they were that good. I think that they were just okay. I don't think that they were but
it was so bottleneck in the standings for third.
Yeah.
Fourth. Anyway, yeah.
It was really cool. Even yesterday morning before, the gold medal game, they turned on bobsledding, and it was with 4 guys. Because usually, there's 2, and they had several legends that was this is their last run, and it was kind of cool because I was learning about how famous in the bobsledding world some of these guys are, and I was thinking to myself, who dominates this sport? Germany just dominates this sport. I was also watching several of the skiing events, or what was it called, mountaineering. That was fun.
Mountaineering, yeah, where they
Norway
just
beats the crap out of everybody
Norway
time.
Beats everybody in the winter. In the Winter Olympics, Norway beats everybody based on
except hockey,
cross-country skiing. Yeah, except hockey. But they beat everybody in cross-country skiing, the mountaineering, the downhill skiing, the giant stuff. You name it, and they beat the crap out of everybody basically.
Yeah, and there was a lot of great. And also, by the way, the jacket that these curlers were wearing for Team Canada were so nice. They were really
cool.
And I looked it up online yesterday, Kyle. I was like, oh, how much do these go for? And it was $175. I was like, no, I'm okay.
Stupid. Yeah.
So
stupid. So yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed the Olympics.
I watched a lot of women's hockey. Watched a lot of women's hockey.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that as well too. So we'll dive everything into it. We'll kind of go. We'll talk about the men's game yesterday. We'll talk about the women's game that happened Thursday. Thank you. Talk about the Olympics as well too. Someone needs a StreamYard code. Go away. 2, 3, 5. 2.
Somebody's asking you for a code.
Yeah, there we go. We're good.
Yeah.
So
we're both on the same Slack, so I saw the message.
Yeah. It's work on a Monday, man.
I know.
What can I say? Before we get into all that, so yeah, we'll talk Olympics afterwards too, and then we'll talk Flames news as well. We got a lot to talk about Blake Coleman actually first. There is an end date for the show. I'm letting you know. It's coming up on March 9th. We're slowly transitioning into things. You still want me on your show anytime, by all means, right? Yeah, so it's kind of coming up here. We're slowly, it's we're slowly transitioning. I'm still going to be here for probably a few more months leading into the summer and probably into the fall-ish. But yeah, for the show, I'm starting to take priority now just in terms of other things that
Fair.
with. So what we're going to do is we'll talk today, do Olympic stuff today. We'll talk next Monday as well, too, as we're leading into the trade deadline season. I might do one Friday for fun, just like a little trade. I might jump on for fun. Maybe I'll do it on the THPN channel or something. I don't know, just for fun. So if you're around and you want to jump on for a little bit, maybe later towards like the end of the deadline, because that's when everything seems to happen, like the Brad Marchand crap last year. And then on the Monday, we'll kind of reminisce on the 9th, and we'll wrap up basically.
Absolutely.
So, awesome. All right, let's do this. So something happened yesterday, Neil. I don't know what happened. I don't know. It's all blur.
It's all blurred to people up north. I'll tell you that.
You bet. So obviously we had an exciting gold medal game yesterday. The Americans came and they took the lead initially early on, 1-0. Canada managed to tie it there in the second. Had a abundance of chances there in the third period. Ultimately got overtime in order for believe it or not, Neil's very own Devils fanatic player Jack Hughes to finish things off in overtime. As the Americans claimed their first gold medal in, I believe, 46
years since the Miracle 1980 team.
Yeah, great movie, by the way.
I watched it the night before. I was ready to go.
Everybody seemed ready to go. Obviously they captured it there in overtime. Connor Hellebuyck, I think, should have been the MVP for the entire game. I believe McDavid was for the tournament, if I'm not mistaken. Tournament MVP. Got to sit here, unfortunately. I'm still repping, for nobody who can see this, the Canada sweater today. I'm figuring I might as well at least show up with it. We'll start with Neil. You guys are gold medalists. Yeah, first time in 46 years. Take it away.
Still doesn't feel real. I think even the day later. I mean, it's about 24 hours. I mean, around this time yesterday, the game ended. We're pretty close to it, actually. I was at a bar with a friend of mine. We got up and we had a beer at 8:30 in the morning. It was nice. It was
I did not, by the way. I was just not happy. No,
it wasn't. I had a stout too, so I was like, wow, I'm really going for it because in case people don't know, here on the northeast of New Jersey of the United States, there's a massive blizzard going on right now. There's about 20 inches of snow out right now.
You got more snow than we do.
I know. I was going to say, damn, for once, they got it. But fortunately, the game went through and ended before the storm started. So I was able to get home with no issues. I did have some confidence, but I was definitely nervous. There's no doubt about that. I was like, this is Canada.
Oh, God, we were all nervous.
Look at the team that Canada has. We can't let them get on the power play. And sure enough, we gave them a 5-on-3 at one point. And I was like, well, there was a time for them to tie the game. It would be right now. And the fact that the United States never conceded a power play goal in that game, finished the entire tournament 18 of 18. The women also did not relinquish a power play goal. Whoever the penalty kill coach is for these teams needs to be hired in the NHL or something, because it was tremendous. It was tremendous. But it got to overtime, and I knew it was going to overtime, Kyle. I'll be so very honest with you.
We all knew it was going to overtime.
It was 1-1 going into the third, and I said, there's no way this is going to end in regulation. No shot. And I will say this. I thought the United States was the better team in the first period. I thought they came out with a lot of energy, set the tone, and it was great. Second and third periods, Canada dominated. There's no other way to spin that. And the only reason that it was 1-1 going into third was Connor Hellebuyck. He, I think, took so much motivation from how things ended last year at the Four Nations. And he wanted to prove to so many people that he's a big game goaltender. And I think, in my opinion, he proved that he's the best goaltender in the world right now. Just the way that he played in that game and what he was able to do throughout this tournament. And the saves he made, that stick save he made on, Sam Bennett in front. I mean, 10 times out of 10, you would think that puck's going to the back of the net. Charlie McAvoy diving in front of the net to block another shot. Got some luck, too, with Nathan MacKinnon missing a wide open net. I'll take that. That was pretty bad too. That was a pretty bad miss. But we got to overtime, and I just said, being a homer covering the Devils and being a Devils fan, I said, screw it. What if Jack Hughes scores? Not thinking that he would, because he wasn't playing that much. Mike Sullivan was throwing out, his top guys, Matthews, the Kachuk brothers, Boldy, Larkin, even Tage Thompson. Jack wasn't getting a whole lot of minutes. I mean, shoot, he had fewer minutes than like Vincent Trocheck and JT Miller. Like, Sullivan really loves his Ranger guys. Really does, to a fault. But when Jack Hughes shot that puck, I'm going to be honest with you, Kyle, I didn't think it went in. I didn't see it go in.
I thought Bennington had a pad on it.
I thought that either he saved it or he made the save and it went out of play. That's what I thought, because the camera then zoomed out. And I was like, but then they shifted to the entire U.S. team celebrating. That's when I lost it, because I was like, oh my God. And then my friend grabs me like this, and he goes, that was Jack Hughes. And that's when I was like, my God, not only did we win the gold medal and beat Canada in the process of doing it, but Jack Hughes scores the golden goal and will forever be etched in USA hockey history and Olympic hockey history. And the last thing I'll say is this, and Kyle can vouch for me because this is very true. 2 weeks ago, or was it last week? Was it last week? No, 2 weeks ago.
About 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, yeah.
2 weeks ago, I had said verbatim that I did not believe that Jack Hughes deserved to be on this roster.
You did.
I thought with some of the other guys that were missing from that lineup, Jason Robertson, Cole Caulfield, who both were having much more productive seasons in the NHL.
Cole Caulfield should have been on this team.
He'll be on it in 4 years.
In 4 years for sure, because they needed him on the power play.
100%.
Absolutely.
100%. On that right side, they needed a right shot. They needed him on that left side, right shot guy. They needed that.
Yeah.
But I had said that I thought the way that Jack Hughes had been playing throughout the year, I thought that, obviously he dealt with another injury at the end, missed the last 3 games for the Devils before we went into the break. I just felt like, does he really deserve it? And then he started on the 4th line. So it was kind of like, well, even Mike Sullivan doesn't necessarily have faith in Jack Hughes. And I will happily say that I was completely wrong. Jack Hughes shut me up the entire tournament. And what he did yesterday just was the perfect ending of this incredible run by him and Team USA. And I know this may sound as an overreaction, but I think after what happened yesterday, I'm not going to ever doubt Jack Hughes ever again. I might be critical of his ability
We'll see.
to stay healthy. Yeah, I know.
Sure.
But I think I will never doubt his ability as a player. I think he proved that what he can do on a big stage like that. I think at the end of the day, a lot of the frustration from me and many others comes from the fact that his struggles with staying healthy and being available to play is frustrating. But Quinn Hughes, I want to give him a lot of credit because he said a lot of things yesterday after the game, going after a lot of people saying they can eat crow, to Crocky, what about, nobody knows what Jack's really had to go through. And, he wants to play and, he wants to play every game. And Jack's a gamer. And Jack got the ultimate justice in this tournament. And I'm very happy for him. I'm excited about the prospects of what it could mean for him and this Devils team moving forward. Not this year, obviously. It's, it's whatever.
Sure.
But moving forward.
Yeah.
But this is one of the proudest moments I have of being an American. And I'm just going to say this as well. I can cheer on my country and still not approve of a lot of things that have happened in this country over the last year. And I want that to be clear to everybody out there that both things can be true. But nonetheless, what a great way and what a fitting way for that to happen and to finally bring home the gold after 46 years of not getting it done. And this is for the guys in 2010. This is for the guys in 2014. I think about Patrick Kane, TJ Oshie, Jamie Legenbrunner, Ryan Miller, Joe Pavelski, Ryan Suter, Mike Modano, all these guys that are legends but never got it done and got the Olympic gold. That gold is for everybody, and especially for the Gaudreau family. That was so awesome what they did yesterday with bringing his kids on and having his jersey and knowing that he was with them the entire time, and he would have been on this team if he was still with us. And it just made it so special. And I'm so happy and proud today to be an American, especially an American hockey fan.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, what they did with Gaudreau, and honestly, what the American program has been doing with Johnny Gaudreau's jersey, and to honor him, I got emotional watching that yesterday because I was so bringing the kids down afterwards. I was so happy for that family because they needed it. They needed a win. And I was so happy for them, and to see like his jersey being commemorated front and center as well, like it was awesome to see. So like I was so happy for them in that aspect there. Boy, it would have been a tough day for me if Seattle didn't win the Super Bowl.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, for you,
man,
fair enough.
I would have nothing to hang my. I'd have a terrible start to the year, right? Holy shit. So the only thing I'll say, in terms of just the way you finished it there, like, I don't have a problem with U.S. fans celebrating and rubbing it in and all that. Like, you deserve it, right? 100%.
Sure.
There's one thing though that I don't like. Okay. And I'll get into the game afterwards. It's everybody saying that, like, we own the game, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it was stupid.
No, you don't own the game.
We don't.
Canada doesn't own the game. Nobody owns the game.
Right.
If you want to look at history, I'm not knocking this on you at all either. First gold medal in 46 years. Celebrate it. You guys have earned bragging rights for the next 4 years, so celebrate how you want it. But let's get some runway here first.
Yeah.
Let's get a bit of runway here, right? And, they've done it with the World Championships. I don't know what anyone call the World Championships because they don't, normally have the best players coming anyway, so whatever, right?
I forgot that we still have the World Championship.
Well, there you go, right? I mean, World Juniors too. I mean, this past World Juniors, still sucks. But I mean, all I'm saying is that let's just get a bit of runway here, right? And then we'll have that conversation, right?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it too. I even said it, from watching football, right? And I've heard the crap all year about Seattle. Doesn't matter how, it matters how many, right? And that was kind of the mantra of the story yesterday. Yeah, I mean, I think everybody can sit here and say that, for 2/3 of the game, Canada probably deserved to win it.
Yeah.
But just like how Seattle won the championship, won the Super Bowl, the U.S. did it the same way. Defense is going to win you championships. And I thought that Connor Hellebuyck was absolutely sensational. It's kind of unfortunate that he plays for Winnipeg and they're doing so bad because he now has to go back to that.
He's gonna get jumped in the streets, I think.
Oh yeah, they're not gonna be happy with him.
They're not gonna be happy with him.
I find it unfortunate that, like, you want to see more of that and you want to see him in the playoffs again. I mean, it was last year, but like, who knows if Winnipeg ends up making it.
Look at the guy right in the middle of that picture, Kyle. Look at that. Dylan Larkin, who we would like to hope is finally going to get a shot to play in the playoffs.
Well, and I think, like, that's another thing too, right? You're seeing these guys like Dylan Larkin. You mentioned Jack Hughes. It's like, okay, we see you now. You've done this tremendous thing. Now let's see it on the stage, right?
Now
like,
let's see it on that stage.
Right, like the Kachucks have proven it, and I can argue that Jake Gensel has proven it too.
Gensel has proven it, yeah.
Gensel, you can nitpick some guys here and there.
Eichel's proven it.
Oh God, Eichel, yeah, you don't have to worry about Eichel.
Eichel, we don't got to worry about.
But it's the guys like Dylan Larkin. I look at Jack Hughes. I'm going to look at Quinn Hughes too. I know he can do it, but let's see you now with Minnesota here in the playoffs coming up with a real contender because I shit on Vancouver. Anyway, I'm getting away from my point here. Listen, my biggest problem for Canada going into the game, and it's been a problem for the last couple of games going into the gold medal game, was that they always got off to a slow start. And for some reason, again, with the U.S. getting on the board early from Brock Faber, it was another slow start, right? And you're getting behind the 8 ball again, and you can only do it so many times before it bites you in the butt. And you want to talk about missed opportunities there. Yeah, sure. One goal is not going to get the job done here, right? Like that's the thing at the end of the day. And the missed opportunities were there for sure, and you got to bury those. And I think that's something that's probably going to haunt Nathan McKinnon. I think it's going to haunt Sam Bennett. I think it's going to haunt Devin Tays as well too, because he had a golden opportunity as well. The opportunities were there galore for this team.
Yeah.
I don't think they should necessarily walk away from this feeling sorry for themselves. I think that, when you look at the Olympics as a whole, it's tough to get here, man. Christ, they could have, I argue that they should have lost in that quarterfinal game. I was ready to pack it in when they were going against Czechia.
In the semifinal game. Probably.
Yes, but Finland kind of blew it because they played very conservative.
After they went up 2-0, I was like,
after they went up 2-0, they were
the
playing on their heels and they were playing not to lose, and that's going to lose you the game a lot of times, especially against a team like Canada there. So I made the argument
deserve to lose to Czechia because I just want to say this.
Sure.
That goal that Palat scored, there was 7 guys on the ice. I mean, it really shouldn't have counted.
Sure, ifs and buts though, if they had any meaning though, right? At the end of the day, ifs and buts.
They won anyway. So
sure, I still argue that they probably should have lost that game. I don't think they deserved to win that game. It doesn't matter if there was guys on the ice or not. I think they played their worst game in the tournament there in the quarters. So to even just get there and to get a medal, take it and go with it, guys, because you could have been walking away from nothing, right?
Nothing. Could be Sweden, and have literally nothing.
Well, that's what I mean too, right? Like, we could be having a different story today if Sweden won in overtime there in the quarterfinals, right? Like, it's just
look at Switzerland.
You said it at the beginning of the tournament, man. Switzerland.
I was like, and like it's frustrating because they had a multi-goal lead against Finland and
lost Kevin Fiala,
which is awful for Switzerland, but also awful for the Kings. Thank God for them, they got Artemi Panarin.
You bet.
But like,
you bet.
I'm with you, and like, I just want to go back to one thing you said. I knew that if the United States won, I knew how bad it would be, like, online for like a lot. Not every American fan,
sure,
but I just knew that there were going to be people that were going to make comments and say things like seeing Matthew Tkachuk literally say on Dylan Larkin's Instagram Live, like, "We own hockey." You don't. Nobody does.
Nobody does.
The only, like, the thing about it is that,
although it's pretty difficult to be a Tkachuk. I mean, Tkachuks have been fucking sensational. Matthew Tkachuk has had a
look at Matthew Tkachuk. Here. What, in the last 4 years?
Ever since he was traded.
Ever since he was traded from the Flames, I hate to bring that up. 2
Stanley Cups and a gold medal.
Been to 3 Stanley Cups, won 2, won a gold medal. I mean, this dude could retire today and he'd probably be a Hall of Famer. Like,
you can make a good argument.
But I think that the comment that really stands out to me was actually from PK Subban. He was sitting, I'm going to assume, in his house.
He was, yeah.
Game, and he actually brought up this really good point that the future of hockey has arrived. And he wasn't just talking about the United States. He was talking about Canada, was talking about several, just thinking about the young stars that are in our league now that are going, especially in 2030, that are really going to be on that stage. I still argue, Kyle, I know that some people will disagree. I still think Bedard should have been on this team. I think he should have been on this team personally. That's my opinion. That's me.
So, fair. I disagree.
Okay.
I don't think he should have deserved it because I get it, what he's done at the World Juniors and stuff, and, what he's been able to do in the NHL there's been flashes, okay?
Yeah.
What made the difference, though, between having Celebrini on there over Bedard was that they needed to see, out of both guys, sucks that Bedard gets injured, but shit happens. They needed to see, okay, you're here now, you want to earn this spot, show me at the beginning of the season, right? And Celebrini took off, right?
He's a superstar.
And Superstar led the Sharks to, they're in a playoff spot, I believe, right now, or right on the cups of it.
They're right there, and
they're right there. They're right there, right? And he's gonna be a star going forward. I agree that Connor Bedard is gonna be on this team in 2030. I just don't agree with the style of play that the Canadians were looking for here, I don't think it would have fit because the first two lines that they were running were pretty straightforward. It was going to be like the first line. I'm sorry. As a Canadian, I still love the first line of Celebrini, McDavid, and Tom Wilson. Like that. Like Wilson's hit on
I was
Dylan
upset
Larkin
when
was
they,
like
when they went away
holy
from that.
shit.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Well, they had to adjust because no Sidney Crosby, so they had to adjust.
Oh, and that's another
right?
thing we're not even talking about. Like,
I actually
it
like
sucked
the
that
fact,
Crosby didn't play.
absolutely, but I agree that he shouldn't have played because I
He
think
made the
Canada,
right choice. Yeah.
I think he made the right choice because I think in his head, he's such a team player that I probably wouldn't have been 100%. And I would rather know that I can be close to 100% rather than be at like 70 and go and hurt my team. You know what I mean?
I wonder.
So it sucks not having him there for sure.
It is. And like, I think for me is like, I had forgotten that Crosby didn't play until they were giving out the silver medals and he was right there. And I was like, oh, damn, that's right. He didn't play. And I think for me, it's like, I don't want people to say, oh, well, the U.S. would have lost if Crosby was playing. And it's like, I don't want that because I feel like
it wouldn't have made a difference, I don't think. I think the U.S. would have taken advantage of that and beat the shit out of them in this game.
Right. And I think that, like, I think for me, it was just, you wonder to yourself, like, will Crosby push himself to play in 2030? I would say no.
I think he's done. I think he's done.
I think Ovechkin.
Well, I mean, it all depends on Russia.
It all depends, but like, let's say in all intents and purposes, Russia.
Ovechkin's done. No, he won't. He will not sniff the Olympics in 2030. No way.
You don't think he would, even if he let's say he retires from the NHL, but plays back in Russia and does like what Yager's doing. Like, you don't think that it's a thought? Tough question.
No,
right?
Well, think about it. If he doesn't show up for the NHL and he goes back and plays in Europe, you're losing a step on the guys who are playing in the NHL, right?
And think about this too. And think about this. A lot of the guys that we would see in 2030 for Russia are not going to be in their prime necessarily by the time they get to that point. Like we think about like Shesterkin and Ilya Sorokin, like they're going to be 4 years older. And who knows where they'll be at that point in their careers.
Sure.
Kucherov, how many more years does Kucherov have left in the tank? Like, I mean, he probably has another 10 the way he plays. I mean, he's ridiculous.
So to get back to the point, though, you made of Bedard, right?
Yeah.
I kind of liked – I was quickly watching what Steve Dangle was saying yesterday because I kind of like – I kind of agree with him.
I was mean to Steve Dangle yesterday. I will be the first one to say online I did go after him on the chat because I was like, sorry, I can't help myself.
No, well, you deserve it, right? You absolutely deserve it. Go off, right? I think Canada's going to be fine going forward.
I agree.
Because, you got Bedard coming up. I would have made the argument defensively to bring Matthew Schaefer into the fold. I think he deserved it. I think he deserved it over Drew Doughty. I think he deserved it over Colton Parayko. I thought Colton Parayko did not have a good tournament. I thought there was just a couple of miscues, and I'm not just talking about the gold medal game. I thought he struggled, man. I thought Parayko struggled. I thought Doughty's losing a step. I think he's got to go. Missing Josh Morrissey, I thought was huge. I think they needed Josh Morrissey. So, like, defensively moving
hurt, or was he just benched?
No, he was hurt. He was hurt the entire tournament. Yeah, he was hurt, which sucked. So losing Josh Morrissey sucked. Goaltending, 4 years, like, I think they'll figure it out. They'll find something to replace Jordan Binnington. I think that was probably it for him if we're talking 2030 Olympics.
Think so?
Yeah, I think that's probably it. He was a gamer, though, man. Binnington, again, when
so good.
When the lights shine the brightest, he is just such a gamer, right? But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, it's going to be like this for the rest of time. Like, I kind of acknowledged yesterday that I'm like, you can't win them all, man. You just can't. It's impossible to win them all, right? This is the greatest rivalry in human history, though. You know what I mean? I don't think there's any debate.
I think USA Great Britain has been passed by.
So that's what I mean. Like, it's going to be a rivalry that will continue forever and ever and ever. Yeah. And it's always going to go back and forth, right?
Sure.
And it's something that we just need to cherish. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And so as of today, like, the U.S. deserve it, man. They absolutely deserved it. I thought defensively they were phenomenal yesterday. Defense wins championships, and it proved its ugly head again yesterday. So, congrats to congrats to the men. Congrats to Hellebuck. I thought he was just sensational. And it's probably a good day to be a Kachuk right now too, as well. I mean, God, they've been on a huge winning streak here the last couple of years, man. So yeah, I mean, it was awesome to watch yesterday. The hype and everything was all there. You throw in Sidney Crosby and it would have been chef's kiss, right? So yeah, it sucks waking up, yes, this morning and having all that crap happen yesterday. And for what it is online, like, I tend to just ignore it nowadays because you're just gonna get people like that, and you're never going to get rid of people like that. So you just got to move on from it. But we can't move on from the U.S. continually winning gold medals in hockey because we're going to talk about the women now. I'm actually really excited to talk about this one here, though.
Me too.
So this happened on Thursday, and my God, I mean,
another great game.
So much credit to the U.S. women, man. They are special to watch. They are fast. Their pace is unbelievable. Going into the game, huge favorites over the Canadians. For the record, I had the Americans dog walking this Canadian team going into the game. I actually walked away from this game after the Americans tie it up late, 2 minutes to go into overtime, and I believe win it there 3-on-3. Megan Keller, disgusting goal, by the way. Absolutely sensational there. That was great. I actually walk away. I'll take the reins here on this one here, and I'll let you
go ahead
afterwards. I'm walking away from this game really, really proud of our Canadian women in this game. I think the Canadian program, though, needs to take a hard look and go, we have to find a way to get younger again. Okay, the 2010s are over. We are trying to drag on the Marie-Philippe Poulins, the Natalie Spooners. Like, there's just a certain point where you have to find a way to get younger here, because I think the average age for the American women was what, like 23, 24?
24, yeah.
24. And I think that for the Canadian women, it was like 28, I think, 29, something like that. It was up there, right? And it was very evident, the entire game. But to hold this team to nothing for 58 minutes, like, I'm so proud of the women for being able to hold that way. At some point in the third period, I was watching. I was like, the floodgates are going to open here. And it was like, wow, they're doing pretty well here. And then they pull the goalie, and I'm like, yeah, I'm still not buying it, though. And then they obviously tied it. So, and Megan Keller was just sensational there in overtime. So for the Canadian program, though, I'm looking at them going, you got to find a way to match the pace here moving forward. Like, you got to revamp it. You got to find a way to get younger here. You got another 4 years coming up here to find its way again. And again, this is just one of those, when you look at it on the big stage here, it's always going to be Canada-US. For God's sakes, it's going to go back and forth till God knows when. So the American women absolutely deserved it. They dominated the entire tournament. You said it. They didn't let a single goal in on the power play. Canada actually had a late power play in the third period, and they couldn't do a damn thing with it because they couldn't play setup. But it looked evident as the game went on. It was get the puck out, try and survive. And at some point, it's going to break here. And ultimately, it did. The American women completely deserved this gold medal. I'm still really proud of our Canadian women to get to where they were. Christ, they almost lost to Switzerland. I thought that was more alarming than anything else.
I mean, to be fair, Switzerland did win the bronze, though.
Sure. Yeah. It was just alarming that, like, it's okay, it's getting close here. Like, it was just the pace was kind of matching there as well. But also too, like, to speak on a larger term for this rivalry before I hand it off, go back to all the way to 2010, right? Canada wins it by 2 in 2010. Sure. They win in overtime in 2014. They win by 1 I think the Americans won in 2018, right? Or no,
2018. Yep. 2018.
Yeah, it's 2018 by 1 goal. 2022 in a shootout, right? 2022, American women by 1 goal. Whatever, Thursday, overtime by 1 goal. That is how close it has always been with these two teams.
Sure.
And I think every time they're going to meet up in the gold medal game, it'll continue to be that way, right? I thought it was going to be a different story yesterday, because had the Americans gone out and won like they did in the round robin, like 5-0, I'd be a lot more concerned and go, crap, like, we got to find the pace here. Like, we are not up to par with with these guys at all, right?
Right.
Mind you, as well, watching that game, there were a lot of mistakes on both sides too. I thought, for whatever reason, for a good chunk of the game, despite Canada trying to survive and basically providing no offense, I thought the Americans struggled just playing setup too.
Yeah.
For some reasons, like they were getting their shots off, but it was a lot of quantity over quality for some reason. It's like they were just trying to get ahead. It was like, we just need the one, right? And it like they didn't take the minute to like, I don't know, for whatever reason, they couldn't set up the way that I envisioned that they would.
Sure.
And, you know, eventually it proved that they were ultimately able to at the end of the day. So, you know, it's always going to be like this, but proud of the Canadian women, you know, well deserved from the Americans. And the program's just got to look at itself and go, you got to get younger here, because if you don't, it's going to be like this for probably the next 2 Olympics.
It's hard. I'll say this. It's hard for me to see Marie-Philip Poulin being on the team in 4 years.
Fuck, I felt bad for her, man.
Yeah, she gave it her all. She had a couple chances herself to score. Like she's a gamer. She's a gamer. I'm actually
Such a gamer. Hall of Famer. Like
her in person on Wednesday. So I'm looking for Thursday, excuse me.
For
PWHL.
Yeah. Nice.
Right. New York Sirens fan here. Happy for Kristen O'Neill. Scored the only goal for Canada. Was a shorthanded goal. Phenomenal goal. Yeah. And I was sitting there. I was at a watch party with a bunch of Sirens fans, and we were all so conflicted because we were like, "Oh, Kristen O'Neill scored. Oh, damn it, it's 1-0 Canada." All right, whatever. And Sarah Fillier also had a couple of good chances. Score. There was that one in overtime. It was a pass in front. And I feel like if Fillier had gotten her stick on that puck, she was going to score. Just because it was like a tap in, like I thought they were going to score. I want to go back to what you said because I really agree with you. Remember what you said about how some of the Canadian men's players in overtime were nervous and feeling. I think because of how young that United States team is, with a lot of ladies that didn't play 4 years ago, and this is like the new generation, I think they were very nervous.
Oh, yeah.
I did not expect at all for the U.S. to dominate like they did the first time they played them. I didn't expect it. I expected this to be close because I said to my brother, because he was like, dude, they put belt to ass, you know, the first time they played. And I was like, yeah, but this is Canada in the gold medal game. It doesn't happen like that. There's no way. Like, granted, if this was U.S. versus, I don't know, Sweden, sure, I could see it. But it just, Canada, you know, you guys have too much pride. You guys have way too much pride to go out there and just lay an egg. And I thought that, you know, I was saying to myself, wow, it was like halfway through the third, and I go, is this game really going to end 1-0 on a shorthanded goal? I was like, that would have been the most brutal way to go out. But then, of all people, Hillary Knight, in what I feel you could assume is her last USA game, even though she's
Hall of Famer too.
Oh, Hall of Famer without question.
Easily.
Even though she's teasing now, oh, you never know. I might come back for you. You're going to be so old by then.
You're going to be old.
She makes a perfect deflection because to me, I felt like that was the only way that Debian was going to give up a goal. It had to be a deflection. I thought Debian was tremendous in that game. And also for Hillary Knight to break 2 records on the same goal. Most goals all time scored by an American women's hockey player and most points by an American women's hockey player in Olympic history. I mean, just phenomenal. And then Megan Keller had with the unbelievable move.
That was gross.
It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. And it was a phenomenal way for the United States to cap off what was the most impressive showing for U.S. women's hockey, I think, in history.
I've never seen anything more impressive from the American.
And think about some of the young players that played really well in this tournament. Girls like Caroline Harvey, Haley Wynn. By the way, the Wynn brothers, love them. They were so much fun.
I can't remember her first name.
Layla Edwards as well, who's still in college.
Who's Curl? I remember.
Oh, Curl. Yeah, no, we don't like her. We don't associate with her.
We don't.
There's. Let's just say this. She doesn't like people that are not straight, who are not straight. If you are not straight, she doesn't like you and she
Oh.
doesn't support you.
Okay,
Keep that in mind.
got it.
You can look that up on your own time for that.
In terms of her play, I thought it was impressive.
No, she was, even though she took a stupid penalty. And I was like, well,
Yeah.
that's how we're gonna lose. But Haley Skamura, who I thought was great, Hannah Bilka, Joey Dunn, and Aaron Frankel and Gwyneth
Yeah.
Phillips were unbelievable in this tournament. And granted, there were some games they weren't tested that much. I get it. But the records that they sent, I just don't know if we're going to see that again. Abby Murphy as well. The list goes on and on. This is an unbelievable team that we saw. And you think about the older players too, not just Hillary Knight, but you're talking about Kendall Coyne Schofield. You're talking about Alex Carpenter.
Yeah.
The biggest thing, Kyle, the biggest win of this tournament was the PWHL. Having a league as developed now as the PWHL is, where the best women's players in the world are playing in this tournament or playing in this league, the amount of publicity and excitement that this league is going to get moving forward is amazing. And
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the game on Thursday was the most watched women's hockey game ever.
27 million people watched it. I think it was the number. I'm
going to get the stat. I saw
I was going to say, get the stat because I don't have it off the top of my head.
The game peaked at about 7.7 million viewers in overtime.
Goodness.
Yeah.
I mean, that not?
I agree.
Does that not just prove to you how much the women's game is growing and how much that we need to give them their flowers? And I would say this.
Sure.
Anybody who hasn't watched the PWHL, this is the perfect opportunity to start watching. They come back this week. There are a lot of phenomenal players. Most of the players you saw in this tournament are playing in this league, and a bunch of them are going to be in this league by next year. Support your local women's hockey team if you have one. And if you don't, just support the league because it's growing. They're getting new teams every year. You just brought in Seattle and Vancouver this past year. Who's to say that they won't bring in new teams in the next 2 or 3 years?
Well, I think the plan is to bring in, I heard Calgary at some point.
Detroit is another one.
Detroit.
I think Texas, maybe Dallas.
Dallas, maybe. That's far, though. You're trying to keep it.
But you think about, they also have had these tours that they've gone on where two teams play in an NHL arena like they did in Seattle, like they've done in Dallas, like they've done.
They basically are doing it all season here.
They packed the house to the, completely. And it's really fun to watch this league grow. I go to every Sirens game. I love it. The environment
is firsthand, like the amount of people there in the environment.
100%. And like the camaraderie and everything that comes with it. It's awesome. Sure. This tournament just proved that to everybody, and it was great to watch. And it was a great finish to this tour. I thought it was fun that both the bronze and gold medal games ended in overtime. I watched the bronze medal game, and it was great.
Well, I said it it's a huge one. I mean, 7.7 million viewers were watching overtime.
7.7. That's where I got
to unbelievable, right? I've always said it for the PWHL to be successful, you can pack a house on a Friday and a Saturday and a Sunday and a Thursday, frankly, too, right? That doesn't surprise me. Playoffs will take care of itself. That doesn't surprise me.
Of course.
What's going to be fascinating going forward is you have games on a Monday night. You have games on a Tuesday night, maybe a Wednesday as well, too. What's the viewership like on those nights, right?
I can tell you.
Take care. I mean, sure. I mean,
I have firsthand experience. I've done this. Sure. It really kind of comes down to who the team is and where they play. That's my argument with it, is that the Canadian teams are constantly selling out, no matter the day. The American teams, it really depends. It's more of they get a lot more from the Thursdays, the Fridays, the Saturdays, and the Sundays. But the American teams are doing a lot more like giveaways on those Monday through Wednesday games to give more incentive it's not because people are not interested. I think it's more of just like, especially with the New York Sirens playing in the New York, New Jersey area, there's already so much going on in the world of sports there that it's hard sometimes to know.
It's hard to compete when you're playing for Boston, for example, and you're playing for Providence, right? Like, you know, you've already got the Bruins going on here, right? Like you've already got there's just it is difficult.
The exception to this rule.
Sure, right? I think it's tough for Boston sports fans because I'm just using that as an example. Because you have the Bruins playing right now. You have the Celtics playing right now. Storied franchise, blah, 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 right?
You got baseball coming up very soon.
Baseball is coming up in March, right? Like, it's tough. It's very difficult. Really so it's almost like you got to get these guys to play closer to the summer.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, the league, the PWHL, for people that
started early in September.
They start later in the year. They start in late November, early December. So, like, and look, it really kind of comes down to this league is still young. This is year 3. They're still and everything. I'm not. It's more about thinking about like what this tournament did.
Sure.
And knowing that you can still watch them. It's not about, oh, now you got to wait 4 years to see them all play. No, you could see them in a couple days after the last game. And that's important, I think, for a lot of young hockey fans, particularly young girls. And, you know, I would like to hope that it continues to grow. And I would like to hope that the NHL, even though I have no faith in Gary Bettman at all, I would like to hope that he sees that and does something to help grow, because he's already got a lot of growth with heated rivalry. I mean, the amount of people that have started watching hockey because of heated rivalry. By the way, I watched that whole series in one day. It's a lot.
Recently, did you watch it?
Oh yeah, like 2 weeks ago, like before the Olympics started. I watched the whole thing. It's fun. I'd recommend it to even straight people. It's fun. It's fun to watch.
It's fun and kind of. There's moments where it's like kind of funny.
It is. Oh yeah, 100%. It's I think it's enjoyable in many ways.
Sure.
But like you have that. You just had the Olympics. You have the PWHL. Like hockey in general is growing. I mean, we talk about the amount of people that have never watched a hockey game in their life that just watched the gold medal games and said, "Wow, I want to watch this on a daily basis," kind of thing. And it's like, you can, and that's awesome.
And also too, there's a lot of people commenting yesterday, and I'm like, have you even watched hockey in your life? And you're like, you just want an excuse to shit on us, right?
Oh,
and I can see it. I can see through bullshit, right? Like, I don't know. I think there was it was one of the Barstool guys. I can't remember who it was, but I'm like, I look at it and I'm like, bro, like, have you even? I've never even heard you talk about hockey before, right?
Never take
what is it?
Seriously for anything.
Bayless. You see the Skip Bayless comment where it's like, oh, like the NHL needs to look at having 3-on-3. It's like, what?
They've already been doing that.
They've already got it for the last couple of years. Go back to watching your stupid basketball.
I thought it was funny watching. Like, I'll give like Adam Schefter a lot of credit. Like, he posts a lot of hockey content. What did he drop? Did he drop like the Sidney Crosby news or something like that?
I think
he was the one that tweeted out originally the Artemi Panarin trade. He was the first one that, he was the first.
Weird.
And it was like, great. Now we have the NFL guys getting involved.
Right.
Fantastic.
Great.
I'm like, what's next? We're going to get like Adrian Wojnarowski from the NBA.
Yeah.
To, like, do a bombshell trade bomb.
Right. And then it's like, I think the thing that I love too, right, is I've seen people comment for it's like, we've taken your Stanley Cups and now we've taken the Olympics. And I'm like, all right, hold on a sec. Let's look at Florida for a second. Marchand, right? Bennett, Reinhart, not Canadian, but Bobrovsky, Barkov, Ekblad, like, I'll give you Kachuk, right? It's like, all right. And it's like, I remember somebody saying, like, being a
Anton Lundell, Luosterainen.
Lundell, Luosterainen, right? Like, somebody mentioned it too with, like, being a Pittsburgh fan. I'm like, dude, like, what? Their captain for the last 20 years has been fucking Canadian, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, like, it's just sometimes
in New Jersey, in New Jersey, people are either American fans or Swiss fans.
Right.
I mean, it's pretty much like we don't shy away from the fact that yeah,
Markstrom's your goalie, for God's sake.
Markstrom's our goalie. Bratt, one of our best players.
He had a great quarterfinal, by the way, Markstrom.
I think he had a pretty good tournament overall, other than the one game, the first game he played in. The problem is, Kyle, as I've said it, he's going to suck when we get back. He's going to suck. And it kind of just comes down to motivation. I mean, to me personally, it's like, I don't think Markstrom or anybody on this team is going to be like, we're behind by 11 points with 25 games to go. Yeah, we can make up that. No.
It's going to be tough.
It's please stop. But
That'll
I
be tough.
agree with you. Non-hockey fans saying the dumbest things is
it's like,
can you
just
go back
stop,
to
guys.
liking your own stuff? Go back to watching football. Oh, wait, you can't.
Yeah. Oh, no. Well, UFL's coming up, at least.
I'm actually going to watch this year. I'm very excited about it.
Good. Nice.
I like spring football. Spring football is fun.
Good. That's good. Anyway, so Olympics are over. Hope everybody had a great Olympics. We'll watch a lot of curling, like we said.
Biathlon.
Biathlon too.
Big air.
Big air was sick. Love the big air.
There was that tall American kid. He was like 6'7", and I'm like,
he was
why are you doing
6'7".
snowboarding at 6'7"?
That's crazy.
Ridiculous.
I like the snowboard cross and the ski cross. I like the racing. That one's fun.
Luge is for people who do luge.
Luge
by the way,
people are insane. They're insane.
You guys don't have or skeleton. You guys don't have a fear bone in your body.
Nope. Those people are probably the craziest people on planet Earth.
And I love it.
Bobsled
looks like fun to me.
Tip your cap there on that one.
Yeah,
they're crazy.
100%.
So hope everybody enjoyed the Olympics, and again, congrats to the U.S. on both golds for men's and women's hockey.
Hey, in 11 days, we got the Paralympics. So if you think that the Olympics are over, we're just getting started. And if you're not going to watch sled hockey, I highly recommend you do.
Yeah, that's right.
So much damn fun. Watch
and then the stick curling where they just sit there and
the stick curling.
And I'm like,
phenomenal. Phenomenal.
So anyway, that's good. The only thing that I have over your head is the bronze medal win in curling for women.
Oh,
that's
wonderful.
literally all I got.
Congratulations. After you guys got
I
walked.
was happy for that.
After you guys got walked by the Swedes in the semifinals.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. Rachel Homan and crew, by the way, their third, Tracy Fleury, met her before because she lives in her hometown.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah, very sweet. They started the tournament terrible because they were 1-3, 1-4.
Oh, they were. Yeah,
oh, there they go. I'm
like,
there they go. They're done again. And so just to get to that point, I was like, all right, you get a pass. You know what I mean? And then seeing Jacobs win over after all the curling allegations that happened.
Oh yeah.
God. Holy shit. Even at first I was like, I hadn't seen the replay of Mark Kennedy when he did it, right?
Yeah.
I was like, what are these people talking about? And then I saw the replay, and after what Mark was like, fuck off kind of thing. And then they showed the replay of him, and I'm like, I think
that's great.
There, Mark.
I know.
Okay, if they caught it in the moment, it's like you lose the rock. And that's it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
100%.
blown out of proportion completely,
Yeah.
you know? And anyway, so I just thought that was funny. But yeah, overall.
What about that one guy that admitted to cheating on his wife after winning? That was crazy.
What was he, Norwegian or
no?
I
think he was Norwegian.
What was he? Maybe.
No,
yeah,
Dutch.
that was
No, I think he's Dutch.
or Dutch, maybe. You're right.
You're an idiot.
Why are you nobody? I don't know. That was weird.
It was very strange. Nobody could understand it. Nobody was like, "Why are you talking about it?"
This isn't a rom-com, dude. This is real life. It was odd. It was very strange.
And what was that one? Was he Cuban? No, he wasn't Cuban. No, the Haitian skier that finished 47th, but he still got a standing ovation.
Loved it. I saw yesterday they were finishing up the cross-country skiing. It was 50 kilometers, and the last three guys
they got there. They were like, all right, now we're going to do a photo finish.
Race.
I think the only thing that would have been funnier is if they all collectively dove at the end, dive head.
Oh my god! That would
You
have
know,
been
like,
hilarious.
did you ever see the first Cars movie from like Disney
Mhm.
where they had like
Stick
the
his tongue
replay,
out?
you could see his tongue out? Like that's what I wanted. I wanted like,
Yeah,
oh, it's gonna be close,
something like that.
or like hold arms, like everybody just like lock arms and just
Yeah.
like skip. I think that'd be great. I mean,
That would have been awesome.
I would have like. It reminded me of like the Summer Olympics when that one Italian and I think the other guy was Jamaican. They tied, and they
Mhm.
decided to split the gold medal as opposed to like this and the other thing, and it was awesome.
I know they did it for is it high jump when they go over the bar?
Yeah, high jump.
Yeah, I know they did it there too. It was between I don't remember the two countries, but it was between two guys and they split it
Yeah,
as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of cool.
and
too.
lastly, like the cross country skiing was fun, the men's one, because the three guys were all from Norway. And first guy comes, he just falls down. He literally like just rolls himself beyond the fit, passes,
Yeah.
literally just lands. Then you just see the other two guys, and they're just like taking their time. They know
Wow.
they got the bag, and then they all just like stand there, and they're just like, I'm the one guy that finished it first. He's just laying there while the other two are hugging each other. It's great, and he's just like
Yeah.
on all fours, like I can't.
Like, are you kidding me?
It was great. Great Olympics.
And then the highlight of the Olympics was the dog.
Oh, by the way,
he bolts down like at
he
the
was
end.
the best.
Let's go.
But one thing that we didn't mention that I think needs to be talked about is this. You know you're down bad when not only you get a silver medal, but you get that stupid plushie as well.
Yeah, that
Like the
is
best was Nathan
kinda-
McKinnon just going like,
what the hell is this? Like,
and I noticed that they were doing it for everybody.
yes,
And I'm like, this is dumb.
yeah, it's like just take your medal. Like, you don't
Like,
need
go
any, like,
home.
fucking flowers or like just take the medal and
Yeah.
go, man.
Also, I liked that they separated, like they didn't give Finland their medals during the gold medal game. They did it
Or
after they
like the bronze, you mean? Or-
Yeah, that they gave it to them after they won that bronze game to let them celebrate and like have that moment for themselves.
yeah. Of
I
course,
think that was
yeah,
great. Same thing
Yeah.
in the women's. They did the same thing. I thought that was
Dominated.
great.
Oh my god! Even without Miko Rantanen, they friggin' dogged.
I didn't realize that Rantanen wasn't playing until like halfway through the game, and someone mentioned it. I was like,
I saw the news article.
when
that
did he get hurt?
it was like a lower body injury, I guess.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming Dallas called and was like, "Nope,
Nope. Send him home.
he's
Send
not-
him
he's
home.
not playing."
I also wonder about Yusei Saros's trade value now. Like after having a pretty strong Olympics, does that change anything about like?
Well, let's talk about that actually before we get into the flame stuff here. Like, I
Sure.
think there's a lot of guys' trade value all of a sudden who skyrockets. You mentioned a lot of the goaltending, frankly. Like UC Saros, I think Jordan Bennington's going to be gone too. There's just a couple of guys where all of a sudden their trade value is like skyrocketed, and or you look at different teams and it's like, hey, we've had these guys had a really good tournament, and now we want to add because we know their potential.
Yeah, and I think the goaltending performance that stands out the most to me, even though he was ranked as the quote unquote worst goaltender of the tournament, which is like not fair, is the Anaheim Ducks goaltender from
Lost
Italy.
all. Yeah.
Clara.
Oh, Clara.
No, Clara from
Sorry,
Italy.
I thought you were talking about
This-
Dostal. Yeah.
This man had to go through hell just to survive. And
Oh, they
honestly,
were tied with Sweden at one point.
I was thinking to myself, what if Italy wins this game? What's going to happen to Sweden if they lose this
The
game?
hockey world burns down.
And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, the Anaheim Ducks have a really good young goaltender in their system to pair with those style down the road.
Yeah.
My goodness, was he like fun to watch? And then
Dostal was good too. I thought he played. very
Dostal, I
good.
thought like people were critical of him going into it, be like, oh, is he ready to play in the Olympics? Blah, blah.
Mm.
He was awesome. He
was great.
really did well. The Slovakian goaltender, who, what a shock, he is a Minnesota Wild prospect. And I'm like, of course he is, because Minnesota's just really good at that. And he was great in the other than the obviously the last two games
Right.
for him. But there was a lot of good
Did,
goaltending in this tournament.
Did Wallstead ever play at all?
He
Or
didn't
no?
play a single
It was
minute in the
Gustafsson
tournament.
and Markstrom, right? Back and forth.
Gustafson got the first game, didn't
Yeah.
play well. They went to Markstrom, and they just rode Markstrom the rest of the way.
Sure.
Which I don't think was a bad move. But I will say this. I'm going to be very biased for like a hot second. How Jesper Bratt gets like one shift a night in the third period when you're losing. I don't know what exactly this Swedish coach was doing. He was doing not just with Bratt. He was doing this with several guys. It was
a
very
lot of heat
to me.
A lot of heat on that on the coach. They were
and this is the same coach that coached the Four Nations.
Yeah, and they were saying too that he hadn't coached competitively with club, since 2022.
Huh.
And
I don't get
he was
it.
able to coach his team. Whoever made that decision is like, what?
You would like to hope that maybe for Sweden, like they look at what happened in this tournament and they go, we need to change something.
Bro,
I think that Bratt must have pissed off the coach. That's the only like argument I can make, because it was like Eddie Olczyk and like Brian Boucher were like, yeah, why is Bratt on the bench? And then they didn't realize until halfway through that like Hedman was hurt but wanted to stay out there, which I would argue that maybe that wasn't the right move.
Maybe.
Because I think about what Crosby did, right? Crosby wasn't healthy, and Crosby said, we got to let someone else play.
Somebody's got to go.
I don't think, I don't know. Who did they have that wasn't playing? That's the only thing I don't remember.
Right.
But,
and the other team I was thinking about too, Germany with what they had, right? That's a team in 4 years. I'm like, bro, if you just get like 4 or 5 more decent players, you can upset a team.
Yeah. Especially with Draisaitl literally carrying the team.
Their power play unit was Draisaitl, Stützle, Paterka, and Moritz Seider. And they had to throw in, I don't know who else, Wyman, I think his name was, or something like that.
Yeah.
They needed like one more guy on the power play, right? It's like they needed like, you get 2 or 3 more guys and maybe not Philip Grubauer. And like, I think they're just like, there are a couple of guys from like kind of shocking the world almost.
Yeah, I thought they actually played pretty well overall. I think, obviously the talent level was mismatches at times. I mean,
well, when they played the Americans, like they basically just shut down. They were all over.
Yeah, they got to get somebody other than Grubauer in there. Honestly,
right. Like they basically just surrounded Draisaitl and said, "Let anybody else beat us."
Right. It was like
you need to do. Right.
Yeah, but I think it just kind of proves like how great of a player Draisaitl really is.
And the respect too, right?
Yeah. Also, I don't mean to like continue to harp on Canada, but I think about Connor McDavid.
You can.
Well, I think about McDavid. I'm like, McDavid's going through a lot in the last like 3 years.
I was thinking about this yesterday.
Yeah,
I was thinking about this.
Okay? Is he not a big game player? Is the question that people are going to ask, which really bugs me.
No. He's a big game player because he scored the Four Nations winner. Like,
and he won.
I know it's a
nothing. Won the Conn Smythe 1 year without even winning the cup.
Right. He's a big game player. Don't get me wrong. Right. We're talking 1-goal games in overtime. They could easily swing the other way. He's a big game player.
Yep.
Does this not, with him getting more and more and more frustrated, right? The finals losses, right? Like, with this loss here, right? He's been knocked out in the playoffs before. There's just more and more piling up here. And he's got a short contract with Edmonton. Do you think at some point there's something else? Like if they go on a run here and they get dog walked by like Colorado, let's say, in the Western Final or something like that. Yeah. At some point he's just gonna be like, fuck this. And go to like, I don't know.
The Leafs.
Florida.
Like,
you know what I mean? Like
Vegas.
He's just gonna get so like the anger meter for me. I was thinking about it yesterday and I'm like, it's just increased that much more.
Does he change his nationality to something else?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. And again, think about the contract that he signed this past year. He could have easily signed a long-term deal and say, I'm committed to Edmonton. Essentially, what he was saying to the Oilers was, we better figure it out in the next year or two or I'm out of here. Like, essentially. And I don't think anybody would necessarily blame him because I think that in many ways, McDavid has done damn near everything he can. He's gotten this Oilers team to back-to-back game 7s of the Stanley Cup Finals
with a shit goaltender.
With a shit goaltender who now is miraculously better.
Bad bottom 6.
Like bad bottom 6. relying on people like, oh God, when they
Bouchard.
had Evander Kane, relying on that. It just
Right.
it's like, how many years are you going to do that until you realize, you know what? We got to make like big changes. We got to
Yeah.
like shake this up. You got to move somebody. You got to get cap space. You got to do something. And like,
Yeah.
the
At
clock is
some
ticking.
point, clock's ticking, and at some point, he's gonna be like,
He's going to lose it.
he's gonna lose it,
And I
and
don't
he's gonna say,
blame
"Screw
him.
it, I'm gonna go to." You know what he's gonna do? You know who's gonna be on the radar that he's gonna say, "Screw it" for? Vegas.
That's what I said. I was like, Vegas.
Oh, you did. Yeah, Vegas. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You
Yeah,
don't
he's
think
gonna say,
Vegas
"Screw
would
it."
move like Mitch Marner
Michael?
if Eichel to
Yeah.
get McDavid?
Yeah.
They've already proven that they don't care
Yeah.
about loyalty or chemistry. They could give a flying you know what about.
Yeah, he would go to Vegas. He would easily go to Vegas. Yeah, I could see that in a heartbeat.
You don't think if Ovechkin goes to free agency, that Vegas won't call for the in fun of it and just be like, yeah, why not? Screw it. Like, and that's the thing. Like, we want to see.
But the funny thing is
Yeah.
like McDavid though. Like the funny thing is, if Vegas called and he looked at it and he would go, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, screw it. Like, look at like they'll have Anderson and Hannafin, and you get one more decent goaltender in there.
Just
which
have
they'll probably
Alberta
retire,
playing for Vegas at that point.
basically,
The
right?
entire Alberta, yeah, of course. Yeah, the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking and it's ticking. I'm sorry. You can't convince me that the Oilers are the favorites in the West. Like, in my opinion.
The funny thing is like for Vegas, like with their record, like you can't like the West is going to run through the Central this year.
100%.
They're all dominating over the Pacific teams. Now that the Kings have lost Kevin Fiala, you got Edmonton who can't figure anything out. They've actually got worse goaltending.
They got worse.
Jari,
and Stuart Skinner's been really good since he got to Pittsburgh, which is so funny.
Vegas might be there by default.
Yeah.
Right?
They could back in and still be fine.
Pretty much, right? I think that like you get a half decent goaltender, and I think Vegas will be fine.
And I'll tell you this. I'm not saying that they would beat the Oilers in a playoff series, but if you face like San Jose, that might actually be an issue. You might have a problem in the first round.
You got to watch the wild cards too this year, like St. Louis.
And like we got to give Minnesota like some love here because like look at what they can do. It's going to be really interesting. The last 25 games for me, watching them, like how they play. Really curious to see how that goes.
I think Minnesota I could see going all in. Minnesota could go all in.
Okay, so if we're saying they go all in, who are we think are they going to make another big move at the deadline?
I haven't seen their cap space, but I think they could for sure.
Well, who would be the guy then you think?
Well, you got goaltending. You've already covered your defense basically. So if you want to do a touch up, maybe with your 5-6, they probably could by throwing away like a 4th round pick and getting a 5-6 defenseman, right?
Maybe get Blake Coleman or Kadri.
Well, that's the thing. Okay, let's get into it. We haven't talked Flames yet, but I think
it's a great transition. You're welcome. That was a great transition.
Thank you. That was fantastic. Great transition. So I wanted to talk about Blake though. So as we're
great
Olympics, all that's said and done. Let's turn back to why we do the show in the first place. Let's talk about Calgary. So Blake Coleman's name was brought up very recently. He's now activated from IR. But what was so interesting was that he told his family after he went back to Dallas, stay in Dallas. Don't come back to Calgary. Right? Because that tells me he's going to be on the move, right?
I think somebody I think the Flames told him.
Oh yeah. He's gone. If that's not an indication, I don't know what is. Right? Yeah. But it doesn't mean he's going to Dallas. He's telling his family to stay there because then he's like, I don't know where I'm going to go.
I don't know where I'm ending up. Yeah.
No idea where I'm going. Right. You might be right. He might go to Minnesota. Right.
Sure.
But that was the biggest thing is that Coleman's telling his family to stay in Dallas. Don't even bother coming to Calgary. I'm going to be gone in like 2 weeks. Right. Maybe less. Who knows? He might be gone this week for all we know. Right.
Might be gone today for all we know.
For all we know. Right. So, you got 2 weeks before the deadline. A lot of things need to happen for this team moving forward here. Obviously, with the intentions that it seems like Blake Coleman's going to go.
Yep.
I'm of the understanding from everything that I've read and seen that I think Kadri's out the door.
Yep.
It's pure speculation. There's no evidence to support it. I'm of the mindset that I think he's probably gone. Because now's the time, right?
Now is the time.
Also considering after McKenna, punched somebody in the jaw and then went and got 8 points in one game for Penn State means that maybe you should probably start selling these pieces.
That sounds like a Calgary Flame if I've ever heard one.
Probably somebody I would maybe invest into.
Maybe.
So thinking about, so he's got his, I believe it's I can't remember I got to look at it, the team trade list that his no move clause is on.
Talking about Kadri or Coleman?
Coleman, for Blake Coleman. Bring him up here. I might as well
I'll look it up for you.
He's got some exactly. He's got a 10-team or 20-team no trade list or something like that. I don't think we know exactly what teams he has or he doesn't have on that list.
Right. So it's a modified no trade clause. So that let me see if can I get a better, it's 10 teams. 10 teams.
Correct.
And again, his cap hit, in case people forgot, which his cap hit is 4.9 for with 1 year left after this year.
Correct. So you're not just getting him like that. Like, this is why you move him now, though, because you're going to get a guy for next year as well, too, right? And I can kind of see, I like what you said about Minnesota, because you see Quinn Hughes, he's got 2 years on his contract. Minnesota probably has a 2-year window all of a sudden.
100%.
Right? I can see something like that. I can see a Dallas. I can see a Colorado also doing it. I think any of those three teams are going to probably call Calgary at some point.
I'm with you.
I'm still the mindset that Kadri is getting constant calls from Montreal. But focusing on Blake here for a second. So you got a year left. You just mentioned there he's got a 10-team no trade at a $4.9 million.
Let's just say 5. Let's
sure. Let's call it 5 for an argument's sake here. So he's at 5. What would Craig Conroy, if you're in his shoes, what would he like to see when teams are calling him and going, "This is what I'm going to offer you"?
It's a tough question.
It's tough.
There's a couple ways I could go about this. I think that it's not insane to maybe see if you can get some kind of a first-round pick. I don't think it's insane given the fact that, again, you have term. But I kind of go back to you many times before that it's not right now. It's no longer about getting picks. It's more about, can we get some young players in here that have upside that can help this team and be a part of this team long term. And I think that that's what I would be looking for. I would be looking for one of their top I'm not saying you go and get the top prospect on the market for Blake Coleman, but I would certainly look to get maybe higher tier prospects.
Sure.
That's what I would be looking for. And I think that's why I like Minnesota. That's why I like Minnesota too, because Minnesota has a pretty strong farm system.
I like Minnesota a lot.
I like Minnesota a lot for Coleman, not Kadri.
Kadri. No, there's no place for him there. No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, so I look at it, and I'm just kind of spitballing here, though. If you're looking at it from a pure prospect perspective, I would like to see throw in a 6th round pick or something like that. And if it's a good top 10, top 5 prospect on your team, depending how you want to look at it, yeah, I would pull the trigger. If there's no prospect included, then yeah, I'm probably looking, asking for a first rounder though for Blake Coleman's going to be tough. I mean, to be fair,
we could do something like what we got for Anderson.
Did Scott Lawton not go for a first round pick?
I'll look it up.
I think he did, if I'm not mistaken.
What was that? The Leafs, right? Scott Lawton.
Correct. Yeah.
Here we go. He was traded. It was a conditional first round pick in 2027, top 10 protected. They also got a prospect, the Flyers did, in Nikita Grebinkin.
Yeah, I don't know.
Honest to God, Kyle, I could see that being a similar kind of thing.
I think
Coleman is better.
Calgary, but here's the thing: like, I eat cap. Like, you probably have to eat cap from this, and I'm okay with that. I think
we have a lot of cap anyway. It's not a big
much
deal.
Cap space, no problem there. I don't mind using cap.
Exactly.
Yeah, I could see you making an argument for a first if it's conditional. I could see that.
There you go.
Because you've got the term with it. You've got the veteran leadership in the locker room, which, I think for some of these younger teams that are pushing like Minnesota here, I think they could use that. I like that, actually. I actually agree that I think you go, like, mind you, it's a first-round pick, and all of a sudden people are like, whoa. Well, hey, it's probably going to be a very late first-round pick, or it's under a condition where it could turn into a second if they don't meet a certain criteria. You know what I mean?
I have a stupid idea.
Okay, shoot.
It's going to sound stupid to you, but I know we have Dustin Wolf. Obviously, he's our guy. I mean, Jesper Wallstedt is on the trading block. Do you contemplate doing a 1-for-1 and you get Wallstedt to be that 1B and have a strong goaltending tandem moving forward? Because, again, Wallstedt is still on his ELC right now.
Sure.
And if Minnesota, I'm just saying, Minnesota's willing to go all in, I'm just saying. That's my thought.
The problem with that is you're doing Dustin Wolf a disservice because you signed him to a 7-year deal, right? Yep. You've done him a disservice. You've already paid him the money. I think you're doing him a disservice, to be honest. Like, you've committed that he's your guy.
Okay.
I get where you're coming. I totally get where you're coming from. If we're talking like maybe, I don't even know if Askarov would be in that realm, right? I don't know. There's I think actually too, like the way the Wolf is, like, I mean, it's not all on Wolf because Calgary can't score worth a shit. But if you're looking for, like, Devin Cooley has been a great backup this year, right?
Yeah, I know.
He's earned the year contract. Can't argue with it. I think eventually you got to trust the system a little bit with some of your goaltending and just see where that leads you. So I think they're just going to trust what they have back there now, and I don't think they're going to really worry about it and just see how it plays along with that. So the goaltending, I don't think I'm concerned about. But
what about David Jiricek?
Is he a left or right defenseman?
He is. Give me a second. I'll tell you. Give me one second.
Or if he plays both.
He's a right-handed defenseman. Right-handed. He's not doing.
Yeah, I'd entertain it.
Okay, fair enough. He is.
Actually, no, I wouldn't. No,
okay.
I wouldn't. So I think
fair.
there's a pipeline. There's a pipeline for defensemen with Parak, Brushewitz, Young Kuznetsov who's come up. Like, I think there's a pipeline right there.
There's a bunch of other guys that look intriguing to me from Minnesota's perspective. Those were just like Wallstedt and Jiricek were the two guys that I thought about first.
Sure. I think I'm more looking for center. They need center depth, and they need it badly, and they need a prospect within the center depth.
It so happens that Ryder Ritchie might be available.
Is that for Minnesota?
Yeah, he was a second-round pick last year.
Sure.
Very good.
So you could shop around, and I think there's, if you look at those three teams, at least in the West, if you're looking out East, I mean, I would probably look at Detroit. I think that's probably a place. Carolina, you can start looking at. Detroit, you can start looking at.
I think
Montreal, obviously, I think we're going to talk. They're already eyeing Nazem Kadri. So, there's a couple of teams you can look at. Tampa Bay, maybe. I don't know if their system's that great, though.
It's tough to say. Yeah,
it is tough to say. Yep. There's a couple of teams you can look at, though, I think, and just kind of be like, I need a good. I think that's going to be the biggest thing. They need a centerpiece. They just need a centerpiece, and we'll roll from there. So it'll be fascinating to see what they do with Blake Coleman, and then obviously the other side of the coin is going to be Nazem Kadri. It feels like Montreal has honed in on that. They need it because they have their power play units set. They've got their first line set there with Nick Suzuki. You throw in Kadri back there with some of the vets, and I think that could go really well here. Not sure about Montreal's prospect pool, although it is fairly deep. I know Reinbacher hasn't necessarily developed so far, even though he's fairly young. Probably a name I wouldn't entertain just because I'm more or less, you have a defensive pipeline that I would like to keep that way.
Would you entertain Michael Hage? He's a center.
Yes. Yeah.
You would entertain. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. I would entertain it for sure.
Yeah. There's Yeah, it's like Philip Mazar. Nah.
Mazar, no, I think I don't like Mazar. I would entertain Haig for sure. Michael
Okay.
Haig. It would cost.
What about
that's the
Owen
thing,
Beck?
Kadri. He's a centerman. Yeah.
Yeah.
American.
He is. I think he's Canadian actually.
Oh, he's Canadian. Okay.
He is big. Yeah, I remember watching him at World Juniors.
Oh yeah,
2
he
years
is.
ago.
Oh yeah, he is
Yeah.
Canadian. Yeah.
He is. He's on an ELC until the end of next year.
And he was drafted what, like second round?
He was drafted. That's a great question. He was drafted in the second round, 33rd overall by Montreal.
Okay.
And he's this year he's playing. He's in the AHL. He's played there most of the year. 13 goals, 19 assists. So pretty good.
I would definitely, yeah, Michael Haig. I would probably entertain because he's definitely up in the top 5 in the pool, right?
Yeah. He's number 4 on their
number 4. Who was the
Honestly,
other? Did you see who the other 3 were when you were looking at it?
I'll bring it up.
Because Reinbacher, I would assume, is definitely in the top 3. That's my guess. Demidov. I mean, they would never.
They're not trading Demidov. No,
not trading Demidov. Obviously,
this is an.
I was just thinking, like, if he would show up in that pool.
Let's
though,
see.
You know what I mean?
You have Jacob Fowler. He's a goaltender, though. He's a young goaltender. David Reinbacher is number 3, right-handed defenseman.
Okay.
Michael Haig is number 4. Alexander Zarovsky playing in MHL, which is the second tier of the KHL.
Right.
And he's a right winger. He's a winger, though.
Yeah, I think
Oliver Kapanen.
I would probably entertain Michael Haig. Yeah, definitely start. Maybe Kapanen is a throw-in piece too, but I think the conversation starts with Haig, and I would probably argue a first-round pick maybe next year. I don't
conditional
know.
or would you do conditional or no?
I can see there being conditions attached to it. You're seeing more and more of that, right? Yeah.
We need another Montreal first-round pick.
Well, I know, right? Especially too, but like with Kadri having his big, he has about a 10-team no trade clause as well too.
He would welcome a trade, I think, to Montreal.
Oh, I'm sure he would, for sure, right? Yeah. I mean, I think it would probably start with Michael Haig, probably.
Yeah. And I think it would be easier to get him because of just the fact that like the Canadians have like set their sights and locked in on getting Kadri, and if you're Craig Conroy, you can go, well, let's make it interesting. Because again, you still have how many years left? 2 years?
For Kadri?
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember.
About 3, I think.
About 3. So really, with that, you got to say to them, look, we better get something like long-term as well. If that's what because you're getting term. You're not getting a rental here.
You're getting, yeah. So I think that's the thing. Like, not only Michael Haig, but you want somebody for term as well, too. Yeah. Maybe more importantly than picks. I don't know. I think the picks are just not going to, I don't know if the picks are necessarily going to be there for Kadri, you know? Maybe. We'll see.
We need more forwards. I feel like that it's very true that like we need more forwards. We need certainly more centermen.
Sure. It's a race for McKenna, man. It's a race for McKenna. It's going to be interesting.
I just like I have this fear, and I don't like to be like, speculation. I just have this fear that if the Rangers are there,
sure,
like it's gonna just be some BS that they get it like they did with Lafreniere, and it's just like, come on, dude. Like,
well, I mean, you got 25, 30 games to go. For Calgary, it's like you got to trade these guys. You got to just.
And it's not just because we want to like get worse so that we get a higher pick. It's simply because we have valuable assets that are not going to be part of this team long term.
Exactly. So more importantly, it's a race for the bottom, right? Because you want more balls. You want to have the better odds there in the lottery. There was also the talk about Mackenzie Weegar in Ottawa. I believe it's true, but sorry.
I don't think Weegar wants to go anywhere.
No, I agree. He's
too in Calgary.
He's too important for the team right now. They need Weegar there. More than anything else. And I don't like people throwing his name out there because then it's like, well, who are you looking to then? You're gonna look to Huberdeau, who's done for the year. Like you have to look at somebody, and it's got to be Uyghur. He's got to be the leader of this team moving forward.
Yeah.
So looking at it's going to be fascinating to see how this all finishes here. Calgary, by the way, the only thing that's in their favor is they have the third toughest schedule to close out the season in the entire league. So you're 10 points behind Vancouver. You are 3 up on St. Louis, 2 up on the Rangers here with a game in hand. I don't love that. And you're tied with Winnipeg. So I don't love that. Knowing that they have the third toughest schedule, it's like it's time. Get rid of Coleman. He's gonna go. Get rid of Kadri. He's gonna just get rid of guys and just start losing, man. I don't care. Like find a way, be competitive, but just throw shit guys out there. Jake Bean, get him out there.
Kyle's favorite Calgary play, Jake Bean.
Fuck him. So
would you? I mean, I don't think you'd move Zach Whitecloud, right? Like I haven't really heard like. It didn't seem like Craig Comroy was like adamant about moving him. It seemed like he liked him and likes him. But like,
I'd move him.
Yeah,
I'd move him. Yep, I'd move him. I'd move him for sure. He's got term. I'd move him. Yeah. Because I think you can gain.
Dallas might be looking for a right shot defenseman. Why not?
I think he can go for a second.
Tampa's looking for a right shot defenseman now.
Yep.
Not necessarily bad.
I would entertain Whitecloud going for sure.
I was thinking about that yesterday. I was like, what about Whitecloud?
Yeah, I could. I'm thinking like just huge sellers.
Lambeau,
Coleman, Kadri, Lomberg. I don't think it matters really if he goes or not.
Send him back to Florida.
I know. Even if he goes, what are you gonna get? Like a fifth,
a sixth,
right? Like you might as well hang on to him for the vibes, right? Keep them happy. Keep the boys happy at least by having Lomberg around,
sure.
Right?
You don't want to completely gut the team. I mean, we're not in that kind of, but
Correct. Devin Cooley, play him. I don't care. Play him. Get everybody out there playing, right? Because the nice part is,
but Devin Cooley's been good. Like that's the problem. It's like Cooley will like bail out the team several times.
Yeah. Still play him because there's a lot of teams now fighting for a playoff spot. It's like you can get easy points from us, right? So I think in terms of when we get to the lottery, where do you want to see the Flames in the standings? Obviously, stupid question because you want to see them at the bottom, but just seeing the way the standings are now.
Yeah, I would say got to get top 3. That would be
at the very least. You got to get top 3. I agree.
The reason that like it would be great to be in dead last is just simply that you say, okay, so the worst thing that could happen is we drop from 1 to 4. Like,
is that what happens for lottery? Yeah,
that's how it goes. Yeah,
sure.
Or am I thinking of the NBA? No. Well, maybe.
I don't think you can fall out of the. I think it's either. I think it's top. I think it's 3. That's the fall.
Yeah, I think the worst that they could do is 3, and it's like
sure.
The problem is that I also really like Stenberg, and I want to have the opportunity that, like, if we don't win the lottery, but we finish second, I could still be like, all right.
Yeah.
We don't get McKenna, sucks, but we get Stenberg, who's very good in his own right, and people even have argued that maybe he's a first overall pick material, although McKenna really kind of dominated of late. Because even though, like, there's some excitement at the beginning of the draft, after you get to about, like, pick 4, I start to kind of wonder, like, what is what? Who goes
even
where?
Pick 3. Even pick 3.
Right. And it's like...
Because they're talking about Keaton Verhoff, the defenseman. Right? They're talking about him. Which I wouldn't go for, personally, unless you're really trying to revamp your defense. Like,
you don't need it.
You don't need defensemen.
Thank you. Yeah, we don't need that. So
I agree. Top 2, you need it.
Maybe I might take a step further. I think top 2, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Top 2, I think they need to try and get.
I don't think we're catching
out of their control, which is the stupid thing, right? Like it's completely out of their control.
Yeah,
but
we're not catching Vancouver. I just can't see that.
I think they can get close.
I think they can get close, but I think they'll still be a couple points out.
Sure.
Because here's why. Like, the Canucks, once again, just lost Filipino for a long period of time.
Yeah.
So, they're not getting any better. Like,
Veronic, who was out in the Olympics, who knows how he's feeling?
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like, and they're going
That'll
to
be
probably
tough.
trade somebody else at the deadline.
Be
Maybe they
curious too,
trade
though.
Pedersen. Maybe Pedersen gets moved, you
Maybe.
know? And if they do
Maybe.
that, then you and I have to accept the fact, okay, the Canucks are just going full, like,
Sure.
thing. But it
Being
doesn't
last
mean,
doesn't mean it. How many times have we seen it being last? You aren't guaranteed it. You just aren't.
right. And I mean, the Rangers are bad, but like also like, you know, they can still win some games here and there.
Sure. I agree, though.
I don't
Like,
think the Rangers are trying to tank. I think they're just that bad of a
I got a
team.
sneaky feeling McKenna's just going to be a Ranger, and I'm
And
going
I'll
to hate
hate
it.
every minute of it because I'll just be not even as like a Devils fan. It'll just be like, oh my God, can we please stop doing this?
Yeah.
Like, it was fine. It was totally fine with the Islanders last year. I was like, cool. They've never done this. They jumped a lot. Great. Good for them.
I don't have a problem.
Schaefer's a star.
Sure.
They need it anyway. You know,
Yeah.
look how much life he just has brought into the Islanders since he got there. But it's
That's
like
what it can do, man.
But it's
That's
like the
what it can
Rangers.
do.
It's like, why?
Right.
Why? Like, they don't develop anybody anyway. Like,
It's going to be really fascinating to see how this all closes out. So, yeah. Anyway,
St. Louis
I
is
think
just
that's-
confusing to me.
Well, Bennington's gone. He'll go obviously. He'll get something.
He's gonna go. I think he ends up. I'm gonna
Kyrou.
go Kyrou,
Probably a goner.
Robert Thomas, maybe.
Maybe Thomas.
You think they go
Yeah.
full rebuild? You think they just completely just say screw it and that's it?
They were 1 second away from making it to the second round of the playoffs last year. Yeah, probably.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Where would
Yeah.
Bennington go at the, like? I was gonna say Carolina, but then I was like, well, they have.
I know where you go.
If you say Vegas, I swear to God.
I'm not saying Vegas.
Who are you saying?
Edmonton.
Oh, that checks out. No, that checks out a lot, actually.
They would do it. Screw it. If it's
Oh, yeah.
not working with Jory, let's bring in somebody else.
He's a gamer. I mean, you want to talk about a guy that could step up in big time moments? There you go.
It'll bring him in.
Right.
It'll bring him in. Yeah.
Kyrou. I think Kyrou, if he gets traded, Kyle, I think he's in Montreal. I just have this feeling that it's Montreal.
Sure. Well, if they lose, like, who do you want more, Kadri or Kyrou? You know, you got two of them to look at there.
It's tough because Kyrou's had a down year. He's really struggled this year.
Yeah,
And you wonder to
has
yourself,
struggled.
is it because of him or is it because of the Blues being that bad? He also did get hurt earlier this year. He
Bit of
was out.
both. Bit of both.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, with Kadri, at least, like, while the money is a lot, he is a fairly consistent player throughout his career.
Yeah.
Like, you
true.
do know what you're getting with Kadri when you acquire him. You do know.
Veteran. All right. Yeah, I mean, I think that's
pretty much
it from what we've gotten. Man, I was sickness abroad for the last week and a half of my life. I cannot hear out of my left ear because it can't pop.
Oh,
It's
geez.
annoying. But
That's the worst.
yeah, like, you know, we were like, fiance had pink eye, right? And then
Wow.
it like on Thursday, I was bedridden. I could not talk.
That's why we didn't work last week, guys. We didn't do anything
Yeah,
last week.
I know, right?
I was for me, it's like the temperature changes are so messed up that like when I'm inside my house, it's dry. I go out and I'm like fine, but then I come back in and the temperature like flip flopping.
Lips get dry too, and it's just like
I'm gonna put on my humidifier today. That's what's happening. And this is only the first of 3 podcasts I'm doing today. So
yeah, winter needs to be over.
Winter needs to be over. I'm watching a truck right now go through our street. If only I could show you like how bad it is out here.
I believe it. No,
it's
I believe
bad.
it.
It's like
I live it too, but I believe it.
I mean, are you getting snow or no?
We got a bit yesterday, and then it was warm. Like last Monday, it was like 10 degrees Celsius. So what's that, like in the 50s for you guys?
Yeah, it's like 50.
Yeah, we had it in the 50s then for you guys. Like for us, like it was sunny, snow was melting, like it was great, and then we got a little bit more, so it got down to like maybe in the 40s.
Saturday was the worst for us because we were finally melting the snow away from last month's storm.
Yeah.
And then we're being told, oh, we're getting 20 inches and we're having the biggest blizzard since 1996. And I'm like, Sure. Why not?
Well, they called it before winter started. They were like, "This is going to be the worst winter," and everyone's like, "Yeah, right." And then they slapped us in the face.
This is why we need to kill that groundhog in Pennsylvania. We need to
He's
just
a liar.
put
He's
him
a liar.
in. We need to put him in the air fryer and just let it go.
Incinerate that
This
bastard.
man 6 more weeks of winter. I'm going to actually destroy this
Murder
damn
him.
thing.
Murder
Murder him.
him. All right.
Thank God the
All right, we'll be
Canadians.
back.
Thank God you Canadians don't have anything like this that you got to
Oh,
deal
my
with.
God. Yeah.
Stupid
Well, we deal
animal.
with beavers on a daily basis anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Wildlife anyway. All right, we'll be back next Monday, and obviously trade week. We'll see what happens. Obviously,
We'll have
this week,
games to talk
react.
about, for God's sake.
We got games this week. Holy I mean, not like we didn't already, but games this week to talk about. Trades that'll probably happen starting this week. We'll keep an eye on it all, and we'll see you next Monday. Again, Neil, congrats on the U.S. winning both.
Thank you.
We'll see you again all on next Monday. Have a great rest of the week, everybody.
Later, guys.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.